I see here an article in the newspaper in which saying why unhealthy people are so reluctant to change their lifestyles or change the habits that they believe might have gotten them obese and other health problems. And I'm saying that, you see, this is how life is. Set them up, make them crazy, destroy them, and laugh at them after. Because this is what this article is all about. I mean, when we track back to the 60s and so on, we see that the enemy started to do a variety of things. They start telling us that they start to create a generational gap so that they isolate the young people, the children, from the adults. And they tell them that they should trust each other. Barney, the dinosaur on Sesame Street, tells them that confiding in young people, forget the older folks. So they all have the same experience and they counsel each other with saying, hey, we right, we doing this thing, it's good, no problem, let's go forward. As opposed to an elderly person who would have seen the end of that, or who might have experienced it to the full and saw its effect, would say it looked down. And then in schools they start telling them how they're so smart, that, oh, that's so good, that's a good idea, son, let's get some more of that. Just like homeschooling, they don't have the rigorous opportunity of challenge or competition. It's just what they think works. And so they develop certain peculiarities along with the whole strategy so that they think of themselves as special. And if you try to correct them, it's affecting their self-esteem and their worth and their perception of importance. And so they will tend to sort of ignore you, one. But also they feel as if you're attacking them personally when you try to show them a different path or a different way. And so even with unhealthy habits, if you show somebody, this is a better way, you have to find a way to approach them that they won't feel threatened or feel belittled or whatever. They just want to have their cake and eat it. And if they perceive that you're being malicious or you just want to attack them because they're fat and ugly or whatever, then they will ignore you. And a lot of times individuals are telling things that are good for themselves, but the strategy that you need to find a way, you got to compliment them and tell them, oh, they're so special, they like the sun and the moon and everything put together and they're so important. You got to go through all that before you can get down to tell them, well, brother, I think this the way you're eating is going to give you some problems. You just can't eat all through the day. You just can't do this, you can't do that. Then come with, oh, yeah, that's true. But this, yes, but game the plane. I have a health situation that I can't eat a lot. I have to be eating small meals all through the day. And so now that they find themselves obese, so they're locked up in the house. They eat a lot. You can't talk to them. They lie down on the couch all day, watch these stupid shows that making them feel inferior. Animal shows, not necessarily like a documentary on sort of Discovery Channel or Animal Kingdom, but in a comical way, or like on Sesame Street, so that they condition them to be like animals, and then they show animals are stupid. I don't understand the whole strategy because I really don't know what the enemy had planned and how he did it and so forth, but I could just perceive snippets of the whole strategy. And the result today is that these folks are obese and they're beyond help because there's no way you could reach them. They feel as though the way they're doing things is the right way. It's just that it's not working for them. And but they will keep on hoping that one day it would work. They eat themselves to death. I recall this teacher at the university, she's saying that she has reflex acid and she had to go for an operation, all this stuff. And I said, well, okay, what's the problem? So I said, tell me something, don't you eat late at night baked chicken and baked fries and baked this and that? Oh yeah, just before I go to bed I like to eat that. Well, if you eat that and you go to bed and your stomach is full of that acid and you're rolling over and all that stuff, it will come up and burn your throat and so on. You don't have no physical problem, it's just that your habit's wrong. Eat that meal and eat it late at night, early in the morning. I don't know if she took it on because, you see, she's also involved in voodoo. She tells me she wants to write a book on spirits and Halloween kind of eerie kind of things. And I'm saying, like, you don't do that. You don't want to be like the Harry Potter lady because she's filthy rich, but we can hear the end of her when she's about to die. I mean, look, the devil gives you wealth, but it's not so you can relax and kick back foot and say, "Oh, I'm so happy." He's going to get you. You got to pay back one day, and that payment is either killing other people. Well, Harry Potter does spread the food all over, and these people will be dying from a variety of reasons. They're going to be stupid. They don't know education, and they're going to be doing dumb stuff. They're going to pulling down buildings on themselves and committing suicide and so on. And you see, so she wants to write a book like that. Maybe she thinks she's going to get famous, but this woman was able to make it. But not everyone writing evil books is going to make it. But still, she has committed to the evil, and it's going to get her. But the point is that I don't think she likes me because I showed her about the eating habit and about caution her about writing that evil book. So you just have to leave people let them do what they want, and at the end of the day, or whatever. I mean, medicine and psychiatry and psychology now has become that you have to pump to these people. You can't use your professional judgment and understanding and say, this is what you need to do. You got to find a nice way to tell them it. You got to get them some medicine because they'll come to see you and all that. They can't just appreciate the advice without something to go and say, oh yeah, give me some pills. You know what I mean? So these folks, man, that have these unhealthy things, it's a part of a strategy, man. You just can't help these folks because, you know, the enemy clubbed them so much, you got them so cornered that they might end up killing you. I recall the story in Scouts. You know, they say do a good deed every day. And this young boy going off to Scouts with his uniform and everything, he saw this elderly lady and he thought she wanted to cross the street. And he attempted to help her across the street. Then she tore up all his clothes, scratched his face, screaming, "Leave me alone!" She didn't want to cross, but he thought she wanted to cross. But some people come to you as a professional and they want help, but they don't really want help. And then trying to help them, they're going to tear you up. They're going to sue you. They're going to do you this. They're going to tell their friends that you're a bad man and so on. And you got to play the game with them. Oh, I just happy the way I am, but it's just it bothers me sometimes. It gets in the way, and I would like to have it out of the way sometimes, and don't let it bother me. But I don't mind the big arse, whatever. You see what I'm saying? So that's just a part of the problem.